Welcome back to the show. I'm Molly Karam, joined by Brian Jones.
Right.
And BJ, teams these days seem to enjoy hazing one another.
Listen.
It sounded really natural when I said that, right?
Yeah, it did, yeah. You got to let it flow, Molly. Just let it come out. But listen, it's old man football has worked for the last 6 BCS titles, so you can call it what you want. It's SEC football. They're going to smack you in the mouth for 4 quarters, Mr. Richardson. And by the way, he's probably their best defensive lineman there in Missouri, so we're going to see if he can back up. You said about Tennessee. They look like an SEC football team. Still a long way to go, but they got some big, strong guys that can run. Patterson was unbelievable. Derrick Rogers, they've forgotten about him. And Alabama. You know, Alabama reminds me of a line from the movie Inherit the Wind. Gene Kelly said, "I'm here to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable." They afflict the comfortable in every other offense they face because they just hit you in the mouth for 4 quarters. This season, we talked about A.J. McCarron and his progression from last season. They started him off as a first-year starter last year, easing him into the ball game. And he's got a new OC, Doug Nussmeier. Did I mention that I played with Doug in the pros? I may have mentioned that once or twice. But I love what this young man brings to the table. He's very poised in the pocket. He takes care of the ball. They move him around. A very good quarterback that's only going to get better.
The president of the Todd Gurley fan.
Oh, I jumped on that bandwagon like it was nothing, like it was no tomorrow, man. I think everyone did. This young man, true freshman, had a breakout game a week ago, but one game does not make a season. He's going up against the defense. They're pretty good up front. You know, they had 4 turnovers and 4 sacks last week versus Southeast Louisiana. This ain't Southeast Louisiana. So Gurley's got to bring it, and he's got to take a little pressure off of Aaron Murray. Playing possum over there. You know about this broadcasting code. You're right about that running game. 316 yards total rushing a week ago versus North Texas. But it was my man, Kenny Hilliard. He went off. Keep him honest, actually. And so that'll go a long way with helping Zach Mettenberg get his feet under him as the new starting quarterback there at LSU. You old pro.
How big? I don't care how big that tiger is.
You know how they could have reenacted? They would have let the tiger out of the cage. I know he's playing in the SEC. This is his first start, and this is going to be an SEC atmosphere. We were just talking about Death Valley. They're at LSU. One of their defensive end for the Aggies will bring some pressure, 9.5, 8.5 sacks for those guys a season ago. So he's going to have to get outside that pocket and make sure he's accurate, but it will be loud.
Comes in with a good running game.
Yeah, and he had a balanced attack there at Houston. I mean, you go back to his tenure there. They love to run the rock, and he's got Matthews and Joko and Lewis, who are veterans on that offensive line. They're big, and they can really move the pile. And I think if they can get behind them and get a running game established, that will help that young quarterback.
No, couldn't find the answer.
That's right. They stalled in the red zone. You got to make that money when you get into the money zone. -3 yards of offense in Mississippi State. You got to make that deposit and get in the zone.
Quarterback.
Well, speaking of getting whacked, he got whacked on the shoulder. He ran for 92 yards. Here's a guy who shows some escapability, able to evade that pressure, give his receivers extra time down the field. So East Carolina defense is going to bring a lot of pressure. So hopefully he has a harness on that baby and some extra padding to withstand that.
What do you think of Niall Davis?
Well, first of all, hell with them teddy bears. When I go to the fair, I want some turkey legs and some funnel cake, all right? Y'all can keep those.
Don't forget the corny dog.
And an elephant ear.
Only 70 yards a week ago, 1 touchdown, but they'll really get him going. Want to ease him into it. He's back now. I'm sure he's looking for some more people to run over and hit because he doesn't shy away from contact.
James Franklin, that it comes to an end here soon because it does wear on a team.
Oh, of course it does. There are no more moral victories. Kind of like those badges. We don't need no stinking moral victories either, along with those badges. You know, you got to get over that hump, and we keep building this football team up, saying they're ready to take that next step. Well, you look at their last 8 losses going back to last season. They've lost by a margin of 10.25. That's doing some real research, 10.25 to the hundreds. You know, that's how we roll around here. This is not the football program per se. Some Aggie backers, they put this sign up. But once again, why would you do that? Why would you wake a lying dog? Leave him alone, play the game. And those people who put that sign up, they're not going to be out there on that field. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
BJ, with respect to Kentucky, there is no team in the SEC that needs a win more than Joker Phillips right now.
So was that like an insult and respect at the same time?
I'm not sure what that was, but I need you to give me something positive.
He's going Saban on you right
Hey, Maxwell Smith, the young quarterback, he needs a go-to receiver. It looks like Lerod King may be that guy. 6'4", about 220 pounds. So they're hoping he can turn into that guy. But defensively, too many explosive plays they gave up a week ago to Louisville. 3 drives over 85 yards in that game.